Ladies and gentlemen,
let's get started.
I have thought a lot in the last 24 hours.
Time to get your weekly sports fix
By the skin of their teeth, they lost.
Then you can just ride it the whole thing.
with Stix.
353. What's cracking, big homie? Hey, look at us. Almost twins, except you got that long sleeve on, don't you?
Always. Yeah, I mean,
The crew neck you bitched about for 6 months until we got one.
yeah, I mean, I just halt production. Supply chain. Anonymous supply chain, homie.
Is it what is it? Is it a sweater? Is it long sleeve weathered over there? I still haven't seen it. Actually, there was one day in the last 10 weeks I've been here that it's been like under 90 degrees. One day, bro. One fucking day.
I couldn't even do it. That's too long. That's too long to be going with that. I can give me a week at a time. That's about it. Other than that, you got to calm down. You got to relax a little bit. You got to bring the weather back down to a nice, comfortable level to where you don't have to run all fans, ACs, and then overdo everything else. That's too much to it. You just want everything to be comfortable. I just want to be able to have the windows open regardless what the weather is outside, and then just have natural situations going. But man, 90, you can't do nothing natural in that. There's nothing natural. I mean, iguanas, they just die and be just dead, crusty fossils on the middle of the street. Florida, Vegas, it happens all the time.
Yeah, it's wild, dude. It is wild up in here. Everybody wants talking about that fall weather. I'm like, I've seen enough of that fall weather when I lived over there. I need that sunny weather. I need to work on this tan. I get a little darker on the arm.
Do you be outside? Oh, okay.
From the couple golf outings and driving to the store. That's about all the sun I get out there.
Stand on the porch.
That's right. Get a little UV in me. Is that what it's called? Vitamin D in me. Vitamin D, not the
But see, the thing is, you would have a whole lot more sun if you went to all of these tailgates. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you went to like the Browns tailgate, imagine how much sun you would have got out there if you would have been able to lay across. They provided tables for people to lay out. You know what I'm saying? The Browns fans really know how to do it, man. They really know how to embrace situations, man. I mean, not only is it a tailgate, because you know how tailgates have gotten extreme now. Just like a man cave used to just be a place where you could just set up a TV and a stereo and hang up a jersey. Then it turned into a garage and some more shit, right? So it's the same thing with this. You know, it's the same exact thing with this.
Yeah, and it seems like the people of Cleveland are embracing the Deshaun Watson saga at this point in reference to your tables there.
You can't hate on somebody with a good ass sense of humor. You know what I'm saying? Can you hate on anybody? Because I'm sitting there looking and circulated around. I want to give, because word on the street is we got to supposedly start giving reference to, stuff that we see and where we get stuff from, but whatever, we're not professionals. So forget all your credit. You know what I'm saying? The credit's mine. But anyway, I seen the picture, no matter who, regardless of whose it was. And it was a whole lot of women in that picture. And I'm pretty sure that if they had an opinion negatively about the feminist movement as it relates to Deshaun Watson and everything that's going on, then they would have been like picketing around there. That was not the scene. Everybody was beers up. No, it was beers up, two-fisted doubles.
They were rolling. Yeah, we give credit when credit is due, when we have the credit to give. But you know what? People ain't giving us credit for all the shit that we fixed over the years, all the hometown power rankings that we've done, and power plays of the week we've done, all the hometown power rankings and the homie sheets that everybody does now, and the lines that everybody talks about. No one giving us credit for that.
No, see, but you know what I could have fixed though? I want to tell you what I could have fixed in the last week. You leave it up to me. If you let me do it. When anybody die, I don't care what you do. Now, last week, the Queen of England died. Yeah, they haven't changed anything. Monarchy, even though it's a faux, aka fake as hell situation they got going over there. They don't have no pull, but she died. Peace to her. God bless. Right. They drug her ass all over the place. She was on a world tour with Muhammad, my man. They just drug her everywhere.
That's truth.
I mean, I couldn't believe. I mean, I hope they got like stand up, like what is it? The people, not morticians. Maybe it is morticians. Morticians on the scene constantly, like doing the work, so it don't. You can't just have somebody out for like a week and then floating them around, like passing them around,
parading it. It's like a freaking. It was a parade-ish.
It straight up was. It straight up was. Did you see that they had a 3 damn mile long line? Okay, so it was 3 miles. Okay, which seems not that long because there's people out there who are still active in these streets, do 5K like it's nothing. I remember back in the day when I was a heavyweight athlete, I struggled hard as hell to do a 10-minute mile. You know what I mean? I wasn't a runner. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right down now. The anonymous was not a running homie. Okay,
you sure the hell ain't a running homie these days.
No, I'm not even walking on you right now. If to put
that's the truth.
Hey, I wasn't getting busted for doing a damn thing back in the day because the police was chasing me. I was caught. I get tired way too quick. I'm not running further than a block. Okay, it's not happening. But it was 3 miles, right? But no, so you know how a street is wide. They had it like a damn ride, like up and back for the whole 3 damn miles, bruh. Yeah. Some people was out there for them, I don't even know, a week. It was as many people out there as many people signed up for Amazon because they couldn't find where the hell the damn Thursday night football game was.
Yeah, they were.
That's what they were lined up for.
We didn't get any credit for that. Like, speaking of credit, we told them last year that was going down.
I tried to tell them, but that's what they were lined up for. They thought that's where the signups were to get
into Amazon.
Yeah, to get the Thursday night football, and it was the wrong line. That was the Queen line. Man, did you see how Twitter was blowing up that night? I would just had to look because I had to find, you know, how you try to find the appropriate hashtag to see what the latest news is. First time broadcast. And like I mentioned on Twitter, when you hear Al Michaels' voice, then you know everything is all right. Okay. So I knew that it was going to be a professional situation. I was happy for him. And they made it look real good too, by the way. But anyway, I'm looking through the thing and everybody's like, okay, I can't believe I got to pay for this. I use Amazon, but I don't have Prime. And so I got to pay for this to watch this. Man, when did they do that? When did they do that is a problem to me if you're a legitimate sports fan. Okay. The chatter has been out there for a year. We've been talking about it for 2 years.
You know, the NFL pumped it up. They were pumping it up. They were telling everybody. So 100% that's on you. You know, that's on you as a sports fan, not knowing the hell's going on.
You haven't watched a single sports show since.
And you haven't listened to the Sports Fix with Stix and Announce Big Homie and get your insight on it. That's what you need to do.
Well, that's their damn problem right there. That's their main damn problem right there. That's the problem right there. Our numbers are not booming like, you know what I'm saying, like I feel like they're supposed to be doing. And that's why they are having these problems right there. That's why the world's messed up to this day.
Ain't that the truth? Well, shit, homie. We got a lot. We got not a lot. We got a little bit of stuff to talk about today.
Speak on a couple things.
Yeah, make sure that you listen to the podcast. Obviously, subscribe, rate, and review on whatever podcast platform you listen to. Also, check out the Sports Fix with Stix and Announce Big Homie YouTube page. There, homie's been putting in some work, cutting up copies of everything for you, so you can get a little bits and pieces from here and there. Mm-hmm. So appreciate you, big homie, doing all that dirty work there, because you know your boy's technology, not tech savvy over here.
Film school intern.
So, you know, make sure you smash that subscribe button when you get to the YouTube channel. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch like the Announce Big Homie and I are wearing right now. Homie's got the crew neck on there because it's a little chilly over there in the west side. And so grab some merch from the Funner family when you're out on check it out, the thisisfunner.com. So, you know, use the hashtag Stix and Sports on Twitter, and then follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Announce Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Putting out those tweets for y'all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, giving you a heads up.
Random.
and clowning on people and getting clowned on. That's what we do.
I'm trying to kick up a whole lot of dust on that.
Hey, get a little any publicity is good publicity, right?
Yeah, I'm aiming for the heads of all of these sports anchor guys. Como, King. If your station starts with a K, the anonymous big homie is coming after you. Pacific Northwest, King, Como, Fox, all y'all. I don't even know y'all
Fox
names.
doesn't start with a K, homie.
I know.
K Fox.
But see that
the K Fox.
They used to have a name too, but anyway, we're a little long-winded. This is probably gonna get cut, but I'll probably leave it in
just for fun.
Keeping things moving. And this time we're gonna get into the MLB playoff chase a little bit this time because it's starting to shape up. Who's in? Who's out? Who still got a shot? I don't know. I mean, well, actually, we do know. Because it is clear cut right now. We're gonna let y'all tell you how it's breaking down.
We hope it's clear cut.
Yeah. You're gonna have to refresh my memory on the bracket situation, the way it lays out with those guys again, because and let the people know too. The NFL still holds down the title as the undisputed champion of unpredictability, bro. That's just what it is. Okay. Yes, and it happens again. Week 2 stories. We're going to come bring those to you. Recap that bum ass Thursday night football game we saw last night. And then the rest of the week 3 matchups. But first, let's check in with Stix, the sharp one. Let's find out what he's been doing at the counter this summer, you know what I mean, with MLB, because that's all he's been telling me is that he's an MLB sharp now. So I'm gonna listen to his MLB insight. And I might jump in a little bit, tell you a little bit of what we look for when we go in and we consider some of these sports wagers. And hey, ain't nothing better than telling you what has been going on with the This Is Funner Fantasy Football League. Okay, for y'all professionals out there, all that and more on the Sports Fix with Stix and the anonymous big homie.
Hell yeah. Well, as you referenced to anonymous big homie, we were on a nice little run for the last month there.
Yes, sir.
Hit a little bump in the road last week.
Oh, it is. You get 3 weeks and they don't want to give you the fourth one. They don't want to give you the fourth one in a row.
Yeah. So the first 5, the MLB F5, what you call it, first 5 play has been pretty damn successful. I wish I had the numbers like I used to keep last year, but I guess got too depressed keeping all those numbers because we'd have a good week, then we'd have a bad week and all that. But
look, take it from me, people. It's been working. He on to something, and I want to know what he's doing. So what do you do when you look at F5 for MLB and you're looking at that play, because it's not a full game play, it's literally just the score for the first 5 innings. It's like a shortened game, basically, is what you're playing.
Right. And then you don't have to wait. You don't have to wait out and in my opinion, you don't have to wait out the whole game.
Yeah.
And then you don't have to put your trust into a bullpen, right? You know, that has
that's what I wanted to get into. So you're really looking at who's starting that day, right?
What I focus on is really who the starter is for Team A and Team B, the starters for that, right? Team A, Team B. And, you look at it and, for example, if you got, Justin Verlander on the mound, right, who's however many wins he has, like 13 or whatever, you have a pretty good feeling that he's not going to give up too many hits and typically not give up a whole lot of runs in the first innings, the first few innings, right? And you have the offense of the Houston Astros that typically will put up a couple runs before the first 5. I mean, they're not almost 100-win team for no reason, right? So it's in all aspects of it. Yes, technically, I really look at the starting pitchers from each side, and then I try to look at the offense of the last few days of if that team that I'm gonna roll with, how has their offense been going the last few days in the first, second, third, fourth inning, right? Because, they also, not to get off subject, but they also have a play where you could bet no runs first inning, right? We were on that a little bit earlier this year where we hit a couple, but then it kind of fades away because I got into the F5, because once you get through the half of the year, now these teams, a lot of teams aren't really playing for much. So and then there's teams that are playing for a playoff berth, right? And going for milestones for the year. So it kind of gets, in my opinion, gets a lot easier towards the second half of the year. So when you're looking at the runs from the team, for the team that you're going to roll with, you can check out their the last few days. If it's the same series, that's even better, because I look at it like if it's a 3-game series and it's game 2 and they definitely scored some runs in the first 5 for your team against, whoever they were playing, then that day I'm like, oh, cool. If they scored 2 or 3 runs in the first 5 innings, I have a good feeling that they're going to score 2 or 3 runs again, depending, you obviously have to evaluate the opposing pitcher as well. It's going to be tough to go, if you have, for example, Justin Verlander and Robbie Ray, right? Just to throw Robbie Ray out there, it's hard to determine. Like, that's a game I'd just stay away, right? Because, both pitchers could be dominant, or one could get shelled. But at that time too, the third part of it is what I look at is oh shit, what did I just have? The fucking just lost my train of thought there for a second. There's one more thing that I look at too. That was the starting pitchers, the previous games, the team they're playing, and then maybe that was it. There might have been another stipulation. But that's all good.
I'll cut it up and I'll make it look real nice. Yeah. Oh, let me clarify real quick. So the play is actually a total runs play between both teams, right? I just want to verify that, just to clarify that the play is actually first 5 innings, total runs for both teams. So
that's what I was gonna say.
Total runs. That was
okay. And then the nice thing about that play is what I was referencing to was if it's a money line bet, most of the time I just take the money line. However, there's also the plus a half or minus a half. So if it's just like a regular full game bet, right? Like if you think someone's gonna win the first 5 money line, you could bet the money line, or they have the plus half, where if it's tied in the 5th inning and you got the plus half, you're a winner. If it's tied in the 5th inning and you got the minus half, you're a loser. If it's tied in the 5th inning and you have a money line bet, it pushes. So, for example, we've had a couple 3-team parlays, right? 3-teamers where we have the 3 teams, 2 of them win, 1 of them's tied. We don't get the full 3-teamer, but we still got 2 for 2 team,
right? You don't get all the odds,
which is nice, because we had it down there for a little bit. So hopefully that clarifies everything for the people out there.
Yeah, that's a backdoor way to stay in the game. And like I always try to tell the dude Stix, man, and I'm always a dude who always like to dive in a little bit. And there's always a lot of resources out there, because if you're putting some money down and you're really going to the counter and trying to make something happen, you don't want to be just like scratching off a lottery ticket, right? You want to have a little bit more information than just putting your number on putting your money on a number. And there's a lot of spots out there. Shout out to Evan Analytics. They'll break it down like this. This is a real quick test in the jump off section, real quick for Stix. Who do you think, based on what you know this year, because I have Evan's numbers up for ATS, okay, first innings total. Who's one of your teams you would say is the most over?
In first inning runs scored?
Yeah, first 5.
Oh, first 5.
Yeah, first
runs
5.
Scored.
So it's just like my hockey bet that I used to put down, right?
Yeah.
So what team is the most involved in the most overs?
In the first 5. It's got to be a team I've been playing, right? That we've been playing.
I got the sheet up right here. I want you to say a name and I want you to see if it comes to script.
Yeah, what you got?
Give me a name. Give me somebody.
You a pitcher or a team?
Give me a team. That's the most
Cleveland Guardians.
Jeez. Mm.
No?
In the negative.
In the negative.
In the negative.
What rank were they?
All right, let's do it like this. Oh, they're so far down. The most over. Let's do it like this. The most over. And it usually works out like this because of bad pitching. Texas Rangers.
Oh, they've scored the most, or
they've been involved in the most. So remember how I used to peg these dead over hockey teams, right?
Mm-hmm.
Same situation as this, right? So regardless if they do it or the team that they're partying with, they get together with somebody, they're gonna do it. It don't matter what it is. The situation works out, and that's the way it works out is for the Rangers. All right, and real quick, just to massage your curiosity, the most under. So you would think the most under team, if you played dead under on this team,
and this is just first five, right?
Yeah, if you play first five dead under with this team on every game, you would be up 13.75 units year to date. How much bread would that be? Depend on how much you played, of course.
That's Miami right there. Miami Marlins, I bet you.
You think that's Miami?
Yeah.
Miami is not even in the positive in either category. That is your supposedly hot shot Los Angeles Angels.
So in the first five, they're a dead under team.
They're a dead under team, brother.
So that's be one of those that you would fade. You would be like, okay, as long as Ohtani's not on the mound, you take your chances on the first five again with whoever they're playing.
Right. So the opposite side, if you bet them for the over, you would be under 27 units year to date. So you would be so far under, you'd be pawning your house right at that point.
Right.
Your top five teams in your over, because I know that's all you care about is the over. Here's your top five teams. Number one, already aforementioned Texas Rangers. Number two, close but no cigar, different division. Philadelphia Phillies, same division here. Washington Nationals in number three.
Huh, that's interesting.
Yep. Number four is your Milwaukee Brewers. And then way behind. So actually, you know what? It's just the top four. There's no need to even mention anybody else. If you played those guys dead over first five all year, you would be up in cash. You'd be smiling at yourself. But you
and so that would be
yourself because you probably wouldn't have played all games because I even didn't do that.
Yeah. So that would be one of those. Remember, we were talking the other day. We were talking about I don't remember who Philly was playing. I don't remember who Philly was playing, but I was like, ooh, they kind of scare me a little bit with that pitcher. I think they had Suarez on the mound against gosh, I wish I remember who it was. Atlanta. Fried, wasn't it? Wasn't it Fried and Suarez? I think it was Fried and Suarez actually.
Yeah.
And so that would be one of my plays, and that was a play that we didn't do due to the fact that I was a little sketch on Philly because I would have took Atlanta. And then I had to look at it and I was like, yeah, but then this would point to if they're number two in the over, meaning over their team totals in the first five, then that's another reason to kind of shy away from any team against Philly at that point.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, I mean, and there's not even, if you would have rolled the opposite side, the underside, there's only two teams that you would have made money on. So that also tells the people a lot because it's far and in between. So you got to pick some good ones on there. There's no real heavy trends, for or against. Really, it's kind of like like a hodgepodge. So, and that's with the total. And of course, you already talked about, first five run line and that kind of thing too. So there's a lot out there, man, when you're doing that. When it's NFL, it's like, there's so many props that they try to set you up with and they make available. Some that, depending on what your outs are with FanDuel and all of this is all kind of different things. I'm not even going to get on the state of Washington. They already know where we stand with the show, us and them they already know what footing they're on with us. And so it is what it is. We take the outs we get, and then it's lines and sides, basically some light props, and that's what it is. And I think like you said, we was rocking for first part of September, and coming out of the summer, we went into, kicked in once football come around, that kind of motivates you a little bit.
Yeah.
The anonymous collegiate homie.
The anonymous collegiate homie is back. And the best part about the anonymous collegiate homie gets it rolling, and you got the first 5 homie right here. Stix, your first 5 homie. We're still working on the combination of our combined NFL homies.
NFL,
but yeah,
it is.
But the nice thing about that homie is you getting that college football in there, and then you only got a month until the anonymous hockey homie is back, brother.
Jeez, come on, let's go. The S is gonna be in everybody's face this year. You're gonna hear about this. These boys is coming. 8 tentacles all in your mouth.
And we're gonna fire it up right away instead of waiting through the season, because I know anonymous hockey homie is gonna be watching that preseason action, ready to rock and roll on ice, and he'll be in prime time form by puck drop number 1.
Get your popcorn ready.
Well, when the unemployed Stix homie over here quits fucking around and gets a job, we'll be making a trip to Vegas to watch the Knights and the Kraken, because our boy Aaron Jones already, we've already called that out last year. We were talking about doing that shit. So,
yes, sir. Yeah. Hey, and plus I was standing all outside there. I know what the business is. I'm exactly where they at. You know what I mean? Hey, well, I'm telling you, we still need to do one of those 2 steps. And we got to arrange one of those proper 2 steps where it's a hockey football situation back to back, either here or in Vegas, man. Yeah. One of those. We got to get that popping one time, man. I'm telling you. But
you got anything else on the gambling world? Like, I know you referenced that we need to, well, other than the fact that Washington State needs to quit fucking around.
Yeah, man.
The fuck out.
The NFL, like you said, you talked about NFL and NFL plan and getting to the counter is just so hard, because it's just what it is. It's a storyline every week. Imagine trying to put money down on the WWE. Okay, with information. What information do you have on a plot line? Okay. And this is how you have to feel sometimes as an NFL fan. You can consume so much information, and now the next level of information is analytics, right? So now you're coming up with a power ranking, right? At home, scribbling down little strips of paper so you can go to the counter with some money and hope to, get yourself together, get right. And so if you can come up with power rankings, do any information you can, it's weather reports. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Hey, wind. Hey, get your under field goals, under 3.5 field goals together. Get your 3.5 field goal money together.
Over 3.5 field goal money. If it's coming out of my mouth, it's over 3.5 field goal money. It's under 3.5 field goal money when you have a actual brain like the anonymous big homie who actually understands what's going on, and just don't get hyped up by me just thinking, oh. I fucking around a lot on that shit sometimes.
Instead of going to London or whatever in 2 weeks, if they had a game down there in Puerto Rico where a hurricane is, and it's hurricane force winds, this fool is still sitting up here talking about over 3.5 field goals. Book it.
Yeah, it's gonna be an under game, so you have to hit the over 3.5 field goals.
What? Oh yeah. Okay.
Unless you're a college kicker trying to kick, they're definitely under 3.5 field goals in any college game.
Hash marks too wide.
Yeah. Anything else you got on that?
No, man. I mean, hey, look, that's insights you need, man. Hey, look, we was gonna kick y'all with a fantasy football update, but I think we should just hold it for next time, man. We should just hold it for next time, man.
Yep.
And give it to them and spend some time on it and really dive in, because by then, you know what I'm saying, we will have a nice set of games in the books, at least 4 games across the board for everybody, a piece of the season. And we can really say, I can't tell you that the anonymous big homie with a miraculous comeback is now 2-0.
2-0 with that. Was it another 3.5 point win for you this week too?
Yeah. Week 1, amazing, bro. I needed 100 points. Okay. How can you need 100 points going into Monday? That's just not a thing. Okay. Wait a minute. Actually, no, it was going into Sunday night. Yeah. Good old Stephon Diggs, bro.
Oh, we went off.
Stephon Diggs and then Jalen Hurts. Yeah, that was the 100 points I needed. Okay, yes. And then I didn't even have nobody else sitting week 2. Going against. I can't even remember. Might have been the boss's wife. Okay. They only needed 3 points to take the big homie out. I'm just sitting there. Projection is just like, oh, projected to be tied. What? Projected to be tied. The 3 points never came. Win to the homie. Dubs.
There you go. Hey, I got my first win, 1-1.
Hey.
Hey, and you know how I do. I always start off a little slow. I'll make that comeback just like I did last year. I'll have some fantasy football. I have a bunch of fantasy football information I can kind of throw in with when we talk about the games in week 3, because it kind of ties in if, we could tie it into that. So, just for the fact that, best fantasy defenses, worst fantasy defenses versus quarterbacks, best fantasy defensive versus running backs, all that stuff. So I got to break down here for y'all if we need to get into that, or if I'll just throw a little tidbit out there when we talk about week 3.
Okay.
When we get into the NFL. You want to hit a little MLB real quick though?
Let's do it.
As much as I'd like to talk about the Mariners and how great they are, they're shooting themselves in the foot right now.
No, they're not. No, they're not. They're smarter than you and the rest of the Mariners fans tell you, man.
They're making sure they get everybody right. They're still 4 games up right now on the last wild card spot.
They're clear. They're clear.
So I
you
think
can't get more clearer than they're clear. They're good.
They're only 4 games up and 4-6 in their last 10. So we'll see. But the nice thing is too, they're 4 games up on Baltimore, but then you have Tampa Bay. They're only a half a game behind Tampa Bay, and then they're 1.5 behind Toronto. And I have to look at Toronto and Tampa Bay schedule. I know they just played last week, but see who Toronto and Tampa Bay play. They have that division opponents, like the Yankees and the
yeah, but
Orioles.
Either way, both of those two are getting in, right? So
yeah. All 3 of them will be in, right? All 3, Toronto, Tampa Bay, and Seattle, no doubt.
Right. Break down the playoff situation. It's one bye, right?
No, first and second get the bye. So
okay, and it's 6 total entries. So 4 wild cards.
3 wild cards.
3 wild cards. 3 wild cards and 2 buys. That's 5. That leaves somebody out. That's a matchup missing.
No, 3. Well, you got each division winner, the 3 division winners, and the 3 wild cards.
Oh, the other division winner. The other division winner is the other one. Okay, my fault. Yeah. All right. So Mariners. Yeah. Are you concerned about the Orioles like chasing the Mariners?
No, not anymore. They were on a streak there for a minute, but they ain't happening. So if whoever gets the 6th seed will play the division of the the Central, because it's either going to be Cleveland, White Sox, or Minnesota. Yeah. So number 6 will play them, and then 4 or 5 wild cards will play each other. And the higher seed will obviously be the home team, as we discussed. Yeah. The 3 game series in the first round there. Yeah. All home series. So all home series. So Seattle probably will obviously be going on the road if they get that 6th seed. They'd have to get the 1st seed to play the home. So
yeah, no,
yeah.
hey, they did it. They're doing it right. Make sure that they get like placed and kind of fixtured right there at that 6. Because if they jump up to one of those 5, I think that they like that opportunity with the G's. I don't know what about you, if you feel comfortable with that in the G's, because I think that they match up pretty well with the G's. For the most part, that's the out. Now, if Julio is out for any extended period of time, then y'all have a major problem over there. But a nice little 5-game series with the G's.
3.
Oh, see, they got to fix that now. They got to cut that out. They got to cut that
series.
out.
But you referenced that already, homie. You're like, they're playing smart. They're doing smart. You're going to get Julio right, since it's the second time he's been, hurt in the last 5 days, right? Not even 5 days. He was out a couple games and then came back, and now he, played 1 or 2 games and he got hurt again. They're just going to take it easy with him, tender loving care, make sure he's getting all those get right fixes, and be back in, a week, just in time for the playoff push. They're piecing together the lineup right now. As I tweeted the other day, Jared Kelnick gets called up, and 10th time's a charm was my tweet. Let's go. And then he put on a good performance yesterday. A double, a home run, and a walk. So we'll see how today's game goes. That starts in like 30 minutes right now, if whatever, Thursday, Friday. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I mean, I think the most interesting thing about the MLB right now is obviously Aaron Judge going for that 61 right now, and Albert Pujols going for the 700.
Well, in the NL East too. I mean, NL East. I mean, let's go about the cook, because they don't even know, they're both in, but who's gonna get it? It's the thing, right? So the Braves are coming. They're trying to come to what. And I went and I looked in to see what's going on with these two, because there's only a game and a half separating them, and there's roughly 12 games left, right? So they're in a 3-game series they have a 3-game series against each other, which is going to come down to.
Oh, there we go.
Starting this
Please
weekend.
Tell me that's like is it this weekend?
On the Friday, on the 30th.
I was hoping it'd be the last series of the year, baby. Well, like a mini playoff before the playoff.
But see, here it is, though. They both play a couple of the same remaining teams. So they both play a 3-game series with the Marlins and a 3-game series with the Natties. Okay. So, and then ATL, they're doing one right now. They have a 3-gamer with the Phillies in division game. Phillies are trying to squeak in, so that's going to be a tough matchup for them. And then meanwhile, the Mets, they have the A's right now. We already know what the A's situation is right now. The Mets are probably going to try to coast and try to jockey their pitching so they can get Scherzer and DeGrom 1-2 in that playoff series.
Right. Yep, 100%. Ain't no doubt about that. What do you more?
I don't want to hear Jack from Rudy, though. I forgot, because I was going to say this. I want to hear Jack from Rudy about nothing but the G's, Guardians, Wild Thing, Rick Vaughn, Willie Mays Hayes, my man who put the Bardol and the Vagisil on the ball. I don't want to hear nothing from Rudy about that. Look at these G's out here, still winning, and ain't got to spend no bread.
Ain't got to spend no money. Just like we talked about early in the season, right? They're spending nothing.
Rudy, I see you, but look, they out here doing it. They did exactly what the homie be telling everybody to do. You got guys out there, put them out there. They have the youngest lineup in the game, and they're hooping. Arriba.
What do you obviously Aaron Judge is going to get to 61, right? Obviously, 100%. We told everybody that.
He hasn't done it yet. He's 0 for 1 tonight.
0 for 1 right now.
Yeah.
He's probably going to get walked a few times in this series, because Boston definitely does not want to be the team that gives up 61, right? So
I don't think it'll happen tonight.
A mistake.
Yeah, I don't think it happened tonight. I think the MLB wants it to happen on the weekend, so everybody's around like a, I mean, so it can kind of be like a takeover.
Try to, yeah. Well, we know the MLB doesn't know how to do that.
And it's the and it would be the Red Sox final game this weekend. So they
on
want
Sunday night, right? They play Sunday night baseball, I'm sure.
So they would want that hype and put a little money in somebody's pocket, you know what I mean, serve up that good meatball, serve up that good Michael Strahan, Brett Favre, serve up that good Al Downing to Hammer and Hank Aaron, serve up that good meatball. So get this thing over with.
Hey, I'll tell you right now that damn kid in the Bronx who got number 60 or whatever it was that said, I'm straight, I'm just gonna give it back to him. That motherfucker tripping, dog.
He ain't learned no lessons from from All Boy with Tom Brady. People love getting shorted. Okay, look, I'm gonna tell you like this. Okay, we not friends. I'm spending way more money out here watching you than you done ever spent even thinking about what the hell I'm doing. I'm about to get mine, okay? Because I spent money one time, got tickets with kids and the whole nine, and then the best player in the world just decided he didn't want to play, okay, in that day. He's sitting on the bench. So if I'm a family guy and this happens to me one time, no, I'm getting all my money. Forget all these signed jerseys. Get that stuff out of my face.
Nope.
It's going straight to the auction. Auction in London.
Either that or it's going right online. And you know there's Yankee fans out there that are gonna pay a pretty penny for that ball. MLB motherfuckers would probably pay a pretty penny for that ball.
Yeah, so, ain't none of that holding on to it.
No. He's a bigger man than I am. If he says, I'm great, I'm straight, I just want some signed stuff. Nah, bro. I'm getting paid.
No.
But man, I fucking hope Pujols gets to 700 though. He deserves it. There are like 12 games left, 13 games.
12 games, and he's 2 from landing on the number, right?
Yeah.
Somebody's got to serve him up, right? I think if anybody got served up, it would be him. And I wouldn't be surprised, and I'm not even tripping if one of the Latin homies hooked him up. Why not?
I mean, there's got to be that guy. There's going to be how many different pitchers is he going to face in the next 12 games, 13 games, where the dude's like, his manager may be like, you better not, you better, whatever. So I've heard a couple former MLB pitchers talking about this, and I can't remember who they are, so apologies. But then again, just going off hitter, we don't care, right? But they were talking like, you know what? I don't know if I'd serve him up one, but I'm going to challenge him, right? They're going to challenge, like, here's my best fastball. You hit it out. You're good. Not going to throw you garbage or whatever. Not going to throw you the eephus pitch where you can just, batting practice ball. But I'm going to give you my best against your best, and let's go. And I feel that's. I'd be okay with that. Every pitcher that gets up there. I mean, if they're playing the freaking team that's out of the playoffs, the Pittsburgh Pirates or whatever, like when the Pirates played the Yankees this weekend or the other day. Yeah. Hey, here's my fastball to Aaron Judge.
That's what it looked like was going on. If that wasn't going on, that's what it looked like.
I saw a couple, like after he hit that first one, I think that they changed it up a little bit, but but that's how it should be with Pujols. He should just be like, all right, there you go. And there's going to be a mutual respect there from the younger, probably a young pitching staff that's coming up, or maybe the same nationality where they're like, all right, cool. This is my hero. This is my idol. This is my hero. I follow Pujols.
Let me help put one of my guys up.
Yeah, let me just throw him a fastball and our season's over, but at least give him a fastball, challenge it. I mean,
so I'm saying that's pretty much the same thing that Brett Favre did for Strahan. Brett Favre basically plus Strahan. Come on, dog. You can't say he didn't. There's something there. There's something there. He blessed him with that, and Strahan's been bubbling ever since. If y'all believe in the Illuminati and all this conspiracy theory, I'm telling you, that would have you going. But what happened to Michael Strahan since then? All kind of wild conspiracy horseshit. But no, what I was about to say was on that that shit you was talking about with Aaron Judge and challenge him. Don't go out like Michael Walker did the other day. That's not, I can't respect this. You don't pitch around the man in this situation when you would normally challenge a dude. You would normally take the challenge and go after this dude. I tuned in the other day when he was at 56. I think it was. That was the other series last weekend against the Red Sox. Not the one that they're in.
Yeah.
Right. It was the last one. And this dude, man, I'm trying to tell you, it was like up and outside, low and outside, down in the dirt. He just intentionally walked the dude. Just tell him to go on, because you're wasting everybody's time doing this, and you're riling up the Yankees fans by even going through the motions, right? Because that game was in New York. I think this one's in Fenway this go around. But yeah, what are you doing? That doesn't make no sense to me. Okay, challenge the dude. You're supposed to be the man, Walker. If you the man, go challenge the guy. Okay, if he gets one off you, that's cool. If he pops up, job well done. Okay, but that's how you make your bones. You pitch to the guy, you get the guy out. That's how you get the millions.
Yeah,
not by walking this fool like a sucker.
Definitely sucker move.
What kind of name is that? Walker.
Excuse me. Well, let's get into some. Oh, go ahead. You got
NFL week 3.
NFL week 3. Or week 2. Anything from week 2 you want to talk about though first before we get into week 3? Besides,
man, hey, well,
I don't remember. I don't remember nothing after 1 o'clock. So you know,
we found out the young Herb ain't done because he looked like Big Ben out there on Thursday.
That's going to come into play in week 3, right? Yeah.
And that's going to be that could be a storyline as we get going with these guys, because if he going to take that he took it didn't look like a vicious hit, but it looked like the way that he responded to it, like he couldn't do anything afterward, like getting the ball forward, and then next thing you know, he shotguns one to somebody.
Did you saw that, right? You saw
where
so
he went to
run. He went to run the ball, and he got like, there, and he's like, oh. And then the next play is a 45-yard pass down the field.
And I don't know. So I don't know if he's good or not. So I mean, I chalk it up to seeing him in practice, saying he's not done. So if he's in practice and not done and not on the injury report, then
he was in practice today,
right?
But he didn't throw the ball once.
That's what I hear.
Yeah, so it was Chase, $1 million man, Daniel, taking a lot of the stuff. So, but he, you can't tell me that, if young Herb feels he ain't out there on Sunday.
He's gone. He played that game like a gamer. So
yeah,
I mean, that's what you do. Like I said, it reminded me of Big Ben and getting beat up and getting up every time. So shout out to him.
Freaking Detroit is who Detroit is. Detroit is who we thought they were.
Man, let somebody say something crazy about Goof. Watch what I do.
Hey,
watch what happens.
Yeah. Goof, looking forward to the next week 3. I'm telling you, bro.
4 touchdowns, man.
And where the hell did this boy Kyler Murray come from against the Raiders? And what the hell's wrong with the Raiders? Lots of things.
Well, see, there you go. There you go. That's the problem. There is the problem. That is like, oh, this is about to be a big, huge story in Vegas popping off if they fool around and come up short in Tennessee.
Oh, that would be all.
There's gonna be some problems.
Better be talking with Josh McDaniels. Will be getting a phone call from George Steinbrenner up in heaven, man, or not George Steinbrenner, Al Davis up in heaven, bro.
Man, it's gonna be bad, man. And I don't it was hard to, how I'm with the 49ers, but it's still hard to see young man get broke up like that. Trey Lance goes down, serious, cracked, broke ankle. So he is up out of here. Welcome back, Cotter, aka Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yes,
welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Should have had that fall fired up on the on the phone there, bro.
I added it.
You added it in. There you go. Yeah, I wonder where. Who else? Fuck, I wish I could remember. There was another young quarterback a couple years ago that got his first start and broke something too. God dang, can't remember. But anyways, the point of was it Wentz?
Wentz crack, yeah. Wentz was up and out.
Oh yeah, that's rocking. Right. In Philly when they went to the Super Bowl, right? Yeah. So he was up there rolling and doing his thing, and then he gets hurt. But frick, I'll tell you what, I was all over Seattle plus 8.5 last week. And as soon as Lance got injured in that first quarter and Garoppolo came in, I was like, you might as well rip up that ticket and toss it, bro.
Yeah.
Because that's a different game plan with Trey Lance and Jimmy G, man. And Jimmy G was just waiting for that opportunity to give him the ball. And
the whole crew was hyped for him too. And that's that's what's crazy. I'm like, oh, now what? What you gonna do now? You didn't get the 49ers keep putting themselves in this position. They did it with Cap and Alex Smith. What are you doing? You don't learn anything from the past.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And that's kind of like the thing. You said that the locker room was hyped and the team was hyped for Jimmy G. And that's kind of how I feel about if the Seahawks make a move to Drew Lock.
You want to see that?
You could see the same thing, man. You could see the same thing, because when you can't score an offensive touchdown in 6 quarters right now, how many more quarters do you got to put trust into before you say, hey, we need to make a change of quarterback? Because it's not all about the offensive line and the running game. It's not about the defense keeping you in the game. It's about your quarterback making a play to put you in a position to get. But
are they seeing that? Are they seeing that, or are they in denial? Right. So is it like, is it 100%. One of those situations to where it's like, oh well, this guy is he's good in team leadership and this and that, so we're just going to keep going with this guy on the strength of comfortability. I can't believe that Pete would fall for some shit like that, because jobs be on the line. I've been a head guy in a situation before, and I will tell you that I think about my job being on the line first before I think about smoking somebody else. Because whatever they just did, my shit's on the line for that too. Okay? So, and that's the same thing. Pete can't be letting people go out here making these decisions. If it's the offensive coordinating, if it's play calling or something, he ain't gonna let it go for too long. It's gonna be even though I know Pete ain't for mixing it up. He's not for mixing it up. He rolled with whoever's there. The last time he mixed it up was Matt Flynn and Russell Wilson. That was the last time he mixed it up.
and at least he made the right decision then.
Yeah, that's true.
I don't think he's making the right decision right now. Come on, Coach Pete, get on it.
Hey,
I swear, bro. Like, we'll talk about this when we get into week 3. But if Geno doesn't get you an offensive touchdown in at least one in the first 2 quarters in the first half against Atlanta,
ATL,
you better make that move at halftime.
Damn,
you have to.
I wore the ATL jersey 1 week too soon. I should have.
Yeah, you did. You wore that last week.
You
better get that ATL on.
Hey, Miami Dolphins are 2-0.
Let's go, Miami.
2-0.
They got them boys playing. McDaniel, 27-year-olds or however old he is.
500 yards going on out of this boy, man. But at the same time, look at how he did it. This is what I'm looking at, because the same thing. See, if Jones was on here, he'd be like, see, I told you how Tua was. Yeah, no, you telling me how Tua is. Okay, because this is not what Tua was. Tua was horrible, and he was horrible a little bit in this game too, except for he made some plays and he got the ball to the playmakers and let them boys save him, and that's exactly what he did. Shout out to him for almost having 200-yard receivers in his pockets. Shout out to him for that. Okay, and they are having the ball down there. So like I said, watch out for Miami, man. I told you what Miami is gonna do. They slowly climbing the charts.
They're gonna if they can get that defense, decent. I'll talk about this when we get into the gameplay, but right now
I'll get into it a little bit right now. Go ahead.
The Miami defense right now. I think I need to print this stuff bigger. My old ass can't read, can't see. Right now they are giving up 372 yards per game, and again, it's only week 2, obviously going into week 3.
Yeah, that's a
so
little
after
bit.
week 2, still giving up 372 yards a game, 255 passing, and 116 rushing.
Yeah, they were about to lose.
So, I mean, then that's like probably 20th in the league. So not good. But if they can get that right, you know, your offense has got you. Tua's got you. Tyreek's got you. Jalen Waddle's got you. I don't know who the running backs are. They got you.
Yeah, see, that's the thing though.
Our boy
Salvin
Ahmed, though, he's got you.
He dug deep. He pulled out a name though. What about Raheem Mostert? He got you. Yeah,
Shout out
Evans.
Shout out Homs, Seattle, HOMS, Seattle, baby. Salvin Ahmed and my boy Race.
Shout out. But yo, I mean, they're just putting it together, man. We're gonna have to see, because this week, talking about this week is very interesting when you look at what's going on, because you look at when we saw in the first week, nobody in the damn AFC South could win a damn game, and 2 damn teams played each other. Okay. And then you bounce back, and week 2, every team in the damn AFC North lose. Okay. So everybody just lose. Okay. So they got whole divisions that already have losses right now. So the Dolphins are 2-0, Bills 2-0, Chiefs 2-0, Eagles 2-0. Ooh, Sábado Gigante, New York, Nuevo, the G-Man, as predicted by anonymous giant homie, 2-0. Okay, and then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers 2-0. So
right,
and we got some tight races there. Yeah, the Bucks scraping them out. That's what they're supposed to do until they get it together. They just
didn't they do that last year? Didn't they scrape by last year?
Just pulling them out. The Chiefs is doing Chief stuff. They're doing more Chief stuff than they used to do, I think. Okay, forget last year and then the year they lost the Super Bowl. The first 2 years when all the hype was there, I think he's back on that. Patrick Mahomes needs to chill out with that, because his accuracy is still way below the young dudes like Herbert. So all of the no-look passes, you got to chill out with that, because you haven't learned that gets your ass in trouble as the season boils down. Keep feeding those boys, because you got so many guys over there. Hardman, Valdez Scanlon. Yeah, I mean, Juju Smith-Schuster. If you play for the Kansas City Chiefs, you must have a hyphenated last name. Just like back in the day, if you wanted to play for the Seattle Seahawks, you must wear dreads. It was in the dress code. Everybody, you had to have dreads on if you was on the Seahawks back in the day, Richard Sherman and all those things. You had to have dreads back. But same thing with these guys. You have to. It is a must. And so I think it's going to really boil down. But this week, there's a lot of heavy favorites that you would look at and you would look to that are going on the road this week. Okay. It's a lot of garbage teams in your bottom half of your power rankings that are going to be hosting some of your favorite teams. So hey, you want to pick one and jump in.
I was gonna say, man. Do you want to let's we got time. What time is it? It's 4:50 right now. I don't know about you, but there's not a whole lot of games I want to talk about.
Isn't.
There's a few.
Rodgers versus Brady.
Well, I'm just gonna start at the top. Houston, Chicago. Chicago's 3-point favorite. Not even gonna touch this one.
Too close to call. I have it a pick 'em.
You have a pick 'em. And then you got the Vegas Raiders at Tennessee, as you referenced earlier.
Yeah.
These are the morning games. So Vegas is favored by 2.
Another game on my sheet, I'd basically have, it'd be a pick 'em basically.
Well, and you got like you said, the Vegas at 0-2 and Tennessee at 0-2.
Yeah.
If Vegas is trash, then you got to start wondering what the hell's going on right now.
But at the same time, even though Tennessee has lost 2 tough ones, right? How is Vegas favored by a field goal in Tennessee? Tennessee has 0 home field, is what you're saying, and they're going to give them basically a field goal at 2.5. Come on, man, something's wrong with that. If anything,
the New York Giants broke them, and then Buffalo dismantled them. Right. So I mean, maybe that's what they see in that line, but I
mean, Tannehill's having a tough time out there. He's not getting into no playmakers, and Derrick Henry, man, I told you, Father Time is undefeated. G, telling you, homie.
What does he have? Let's see. Oh man, I can't find it. Do you have a pick on this game?
No, man, I would have to. Man, I don't know. Man.
Not yet.
To be honest,
Indy?
I would pass. I would make this game an 8, taking 6.5.
I was just gonna say.
I would say Kansas City East.
The only thing, I mean, what didn't Indy get shut out last week by Jacksonville? Is that who they played?
Yeah.
And then in the first week, they I don't even think they have a first week they tied. Oh yeah, with Houston. I don't know this. I in all my hearts of hearts, this says I would take a KC at least a touchdown in this one for sure. Yeah. Just because of the way they've been playing on offense, and I'm a Patrick Mahomes hater right now.
There'll be a whole lot more money coming in on Kansas City. I bet you. So it might get a little bit cheaper, or the line might go up, because everybody's gonna see that. Even though I heard a stat from RJ and RJ's guys, shout out to RJ Bell and those guys over there pregame, but they were talking about teams that are 0-2, and they were talking about the Colts, and one of the dudes forgot the Colts aren't 0-2. So they're not in the trend category of teams that are 0-2 going into 0-3. So he's like, there's a little bit of a difference, but they're still broken just the same.
Yeah, I mean, I think is Matt Ryan is not the Matt Ryan of old. I wish I had his stats up in front of me.
And this Eberflus dude is not it. His name don't work for me. In the horseshoe. Look, Jim Irsay is drunk hiring dudes who don't know what they're doing. And
Eberflus is offensive guy?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's your old team. So, but I mean, I would take KC all day long until they prove us otherwise, right?
That's it. I mean, look at the numbers. Man, be smart. Look at the numbers. Because if the numbers deceitful, don't play it. Stay away from them. That's how you got to do it.
Yeah, I got
Buffalo and Miami in the game. One of the games of the week.
Ooh, that's another one. I don't like the 5.5. I don't like the 5.5 as, I mean, KC 5.5, right? So I don't really like that, but I think it'd be higher than that. So I would take that 5.5. This one, I do not like Buffalo at 5.5. That's kind of a weird number. I got to believe in the fins up, I guess, in my opinion. I got Miami on my list. I'm about ready to send you after we get off the thing tonight, so you can go run to that counter and put in this 10-team parlay, so we can get on all those on Twitter and Instagram where people throw in these 10-team, 25-team parlays and can play it. I don't even know if we can even do that at the casinos that actually let you do that at over there, but you're about to find out, homie.
Yeah, they have a cap on it, but there's a certain number, but you can run as many as you want. But I know there's a sign up that says if you're over 7, you have to take it to the counter. The computer ain't gonna take it.
This is not up to date, huh? But I like Miami in this game. I mean, and you know what? I think you have to roll. I think you have to roll with Buffalo and the over. I mean, Miami and the over at 52.5. Because I mean, we see the Miami defense is not good at all.
That's one thing that we know.
They are like, where the hell are they? Like 20 20th, 22nd, something like that. Obviously, giving up all those yards last week. And then the Buffalo defense is good. They're number 2 right now, but
that's all.
You get a couple.
That's the strength of one
lead.
game, though. That's on the strength of one game.
Yeah, I guess so. You're right. And then, but then you get that lead. I mean, Buffalo could be up 20-7, and then go 3 and out, and all of a sudden it's 20-14. Then you got a shootout going again, right? But I just think this in Miami too, where it's nice out.
Right.
Ball's gonna be flying. Buffalo's on a high right now, proving everybody that they're great. Neither one of these teams are gonna let up. So I mean, it could be points galore.
Yep, that's the whole thing. I don't think either one of them can, because they have to show each other something, because this is a division.
Oh yeah, you're right. And they're both 2-0 right now.
This is the division. I'm expected to do this, and you over there thinking that you're on the come up. So I got to put some stop to your shine, and that's what the Bills are expected to do in there by going in there like that. It's a little deceiving, with, like I said, all of that came from what the Bills defense did to Tennessee. They just I got them in fantasy. I had fantasy. I don't even know. They had like 26 points, something like that, stupid. So that's what that is. But it's going to be a target morning matchup for us on the West Coast. So that I'm guarantee you your red zones is going to be on that one.
A whole lot of times. Yep.
A lot. I make the game 6 to Buffalo in my power ranking. So there's no real room for me to really pick a side. I mean, I like Miami in this space because, pulling out a tough one, then they might feel like they gutsy. You know what I mean? You got to search for intangibles in a situation like this, right? They're at home. They didn't have to travel. They're still on the East Coast. The morning game for everybody. Buffalo's moving from a situation where it's fall weather in Buffalo, moving to where it's still damn summer at. So they could enjoy it. They could blow it out just like you just said. So who the hell knows? Hey, let's go check in with your boys from Hard Knocks.
Yes, sir. Detroit +6 all day. And
is it a best bet?
Goof in the over.
Is it a best bet?
Both underdogs at 5.5. Miami and Detroit at +6. Both locks. They are on the parlay list for you, brother. You'll get later on tonight. That you can evaluate. But yeah, I mean, I think both these games back to back, and it's another morning game. Is the red zone's going to be tuned into Buffalo, Miami, Detroit, Minnesota all day long. Minnesota laid an egg last week, right?
Yes.
They're going to bounce back with Kirk Cousins and Justin Jefferson and Dalvin Cook. Another one of those games that you're going to see a lot of points on the board. I'm an over guy. I like the overs. I've been a little low. I pushed back a little bit the last couple of weeks on the over/under plays. But these two games, both at 52.5, both underdogs. Miami's at home. Detroit's on the road. They are hyped off that win last week. Or was it? Last week, Detroit, when they came back. And put up 36 and almost they let Washington back in the game, and their defense stepped it up in the first half, offense stepped it up in the second half. We've been talking about them just like last year when we talked about Detroit, scoring every quarter, as we discussed. They're going to put points on the board in every quarter one way or another, which tells me that their offensive game plan is not to let their you can look at it two ways. Tells me that they want to score a lot of points because they don't trust their defense. However, they're going to score quick, and their defense is going to be out there, and they're putting a little pressure on their defense to stop them to get the ball back. So, yeah, lock. Definitely a lock.
My brain is over here smoking, looking at this number going, yeah, I don't like it at all. I have Detroit as one of my best bets because I would make this only a 2 to Minnesota, which I would love that, because apparently somebody has downgraded Minnesota. They didn't see that game last week, apparently, or they ain't been seeing Detroit out here by kneecaps, apparently. Okay, I've seen it. So I know what time it is. I was thinking about that 8 points in Kansas City, though. Teasing it. Man, because that Kansas City is a win for sure. If that Kansas City stays across 7.5 to 8, dude, you could tease that boy down. Well, no, if it goes across 7.5, you could tease that boy down to a KC win at basically a pick 'em, and then use those. Oh yeah, you could get some of those points back for Detroit just to make yourself feel comfortable. Or I might use them a little bit later on in this game, like in the Rams game where they're only favored, where they're favored by 3.5, to give them a little bit more space back. But I don't know. I might have to work that out. But yeah, Detroit. Hey, look to Detroit, y'all. I mean, that's a good play. Any you care about any of the other ones in the early morning window? Philly, Washington,
Nah, man.
Joe Burrow.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I hope Joe B gets right, man. Joe B gets right against Joe Flacco.
Young
the battle
Crab,
of the Joes. So I mean, who's gonna be the better
matchup.
Joe? Because right now they got Flacco as number 2 in the league, passing wise. So
yeah,
all signs point to Flacco being the man. I mean, on a fun play, I'd take New York at +6 just for fun. But other than that, no, I don't. But Baltimore, New England, don't really care about. I mean,
and New York is going on this ride 2 weeks in a row. They just went on the ride with the Giants last week at home, and then you got the Jets on a high coming back, and those fans is going to be obnoxious like they always do. So in the morning window too, you got a couple other division ones that you'll see them. Philly at Washington, Commandos hosting the Eagles right there, and then you got Young Crab going out to the Panthers. So you got the Saints going out there. It is what it is with those guys. Then the 1 p.m. window opens up for us with Chargers hosting the Jaguars. 7.5 is the number. I'll make it a 7. Everything looks right. We don't know what's wrong with Young Herb. So
yeah, I mean that's probably already moved. I see it at I have it at, they have 7 right now, but man, even it's probably going to go down a little bit, but if you could get it at 7, I would take Jacksonville at +7, another underdog cover there, in my opinion. Because even if Young Herb gets out there, who's not to say, he's going to get trucked once and is all she wrote,
Chargers still pack a defense though, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, they got everybody.
But you got young T, Trevor Lawrence out there slinging the rock, baby.
That's true, man. Hey, Rodgers Brady, man.
I think this game is going to be one of the most boring games you'll ever watch in your life. I'm glad it's not a 5 p.m. game. I'm glad it's a 1 o'clock slate because I'll be watching the Seahawks and your Rams. And as you referenced to earlier, was it week 1 when I was all over the Aaron Rodgers hype and you're like, who the hell is he going to throw the football to? I was like, oh, these guys. Yeah, that didn't work out very well, right?
Yeah.
And now it's even worse. They don't have anybody to throw the ball to. Literally gonna have to pick people up off the streets to get somebody to catch a pass. And with that being said, Tom Brady is in the same boat. Doesn't have Julio Jones, doesn't have Godwin, doesn't have Mike Evans, obviously, for his suspension. So I don't know who the hell he got. Scotty Miller, maybe. So if there's a fantasy pickup for you, you better pick up Scotty Miller because he actually will be the Cooper Kupp of the offense right now in Tampa Bay.
You got to watch out. Hey, there's been a Cole Beasley sighting in Central Florida.
Oh, yes. I forgot about that.
Handing out mixtapes, freestyling for everybody.
Oh, shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Too. Yes, sir.
Sure. Him and Tom Brady's writing a freestyle right now at Tom Brady's house while they're working on the route tree.
Is that a lyric?
No, that's the name of their first track.
The route
tree.
The route tree. That's awesome. I love it. What's your take on that game, man?
I don't know, man.
Not even interested.
No.
With Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, any other year,
no.
Everybody would be dialed in.
Yes, and this is going to get number 1 service Okay, this is going to get the best team, whatever their number one announcement team for Fox is. They're going to be posted up at this game because this is the game with stories. That's what it is. So
it's just going to have them talking a bunch of gibberish the whole time.
That's what it's going to be. The gameplay, who the hell knows? But there's not a lot to be desired from what's going on there because these two teams, I mean, the Bucks don't fear for losing anything because they just scraped out 2 games that they probably could have just as easily lost, even though they look good in that one. But I mean, they could have just as easily. They didn't look as good as Tom Brady feels like they should be looking. So you see the frustration. You see surface tablets flying all over the sideline from different angles, left and right. So the frustration is there. So we know, hey, the total is 42. It's not expected to be anything that's going to light up the marquee.
Nope. And both of these head coaches know their quarterbacks, right? And they both know they could win and correct me if I'm wrong, you're leaning under on this one, right?
Yes.
Okay. And both of that, and I actually agree with you on the under on this one. If we can get it at 42 all day, I'll take 42. If it goes 42 and a half, I would like it better at 42 and a half, but I will take 42 under all day because the new head coach in Todd Bowles in Tampa Bay knows Tom Brady and how they can just put a game plan together to keep the scoring low, control the ball as far and same with LaFleur in Green Bay, right? He knows he doesn't have any weapons. They know they have to utilize AJ Dillon and Aaron Jones, the football player, not our boy in Vegas.
Hey, shut up.
So, you know, I would this is one of those games with the two great quarterbacks, one the greatest of all time, another one top 10 quarterback in Aaron Rodgers, right? So definitely an under in this one, and I'd have to agree with you. And then you know, personally, I never agree with the damn under, but this one, I don't know. I agree.
You just saw it. Come on, you just saw Green Bay out there floundering last week. I tried to tell you they're floundering against the damn Bears. I mean, they pulled out a little.
Who's my
cover.
fantasy quarterback
Aaron
in
Rodgers.
our This Is Funner league?
Probably Aaron Rodgers.
It was Aaron Rodgers.
No sense. Neither.
Was Aaron Rodgers.
Oh,
so
you want young crap? You
are going to be baffled, homie, when you look tonight after you get off of this. You'll have to look at my fantasy lineup. Don't do it right now. I don't want to get you all excited.
Davis Mills.
But no, you know where it's at.
Ooh.
That's a little teaser for y'all. We'll have to get back to you next week on who the quarterback was for
Kirk Cousins.
For Stix. You're not even close, brah. Top 5. Well, I didn't give you my top 5 quarterbacks. Oh, yeah, I didn't give you my top 5 quarterbacks. He's in my top 5 quarterbacks right now, and he's on my fantasy team, and he will be getting the start over Aaron Rodgers.
Trubisky.
Negative. What you think about you? Sorry, I cut you off. Were you any other thoughts on Green Bay and Tampa Bay?
Jared Goff.
Yes, sir.
This is a smart man right here. Okay, this is a smart dude right here. I'm telling you, you got to go through and you got to pick these dudes up, man. You got to pick these guys up. They out there and they're putting in work. All of the fantasy stars are putting up numbers. Swift, Williams, St. Brown.
I'm on St. Brown. He's my team too, brah.
Oh my,
doubling up.
Yeah, and his brother EQ. They're all right, but EQ, man, EQ gonna want to get. He gonna want to get the hell up out of here once he see his brother out there balling it, and he out there sliding around and on a slip and slide at Soldier Field. He gotta get up out of here, man. Hey, you want to bring it? You want to take it to Seattle or what?
Yeah, let me do Seattle because we'll close it out with Seattle and LAR because there's not a whole lot to talk about with Seattle. If the game's it's at a pick 'em right now, so as you referenced earlier, homie, about the home field advantage, and we've talked about before, the home field advantage really, I believe Vegas still used the -3. So
Seahawks would definitely get at least 2. If they wasn't giving people a whole 3, they always will get at least a 2.
And then this just shows that how Vegas doesn't believe in Seattle, and I don't blame them right now.
Period. It opened up at a pick'em
though, at a pick'em at home, and with the thought of they get shut out in the first half, so maybe we should look at the first half under 19. Pretty sure that's probably what it's going to be at. But get shut out in the first, but Drew Lock brings them back in the second half, and they win a pick'em game
in dramatic fashion.
I don't know. Yeah, it's gonna have to be dramatic because it's gonna be a close one the whole game at 13-7, and end up being 14-13 or whatever somehow. So we'll see what happens. But like I referenced to earlier in the show was that the offense has to produce, and you can't go 8 quarters without an offensive touchdown. And
they just did.
They've got 6. They will probably go 2 more. But I'm not excited about I'm not going to be overly excited about if they do score a touchdown in the first quarter with Geno. Still not overexcited. That just prolongs the torture for the rest of the game if that happens.
Pretty much.
So, false hopes for sure. But I'll give you my hometown play of the week though.
Let's go.
For the Seattle Seahawks, I got 2, bro. I got 2. Like I said, did I just say the score would be 14-13 and they'd come back? You said come back in miraculous fashion.
Michael Dixon.
So I guess I have the 2 TDs right here. DK and Lockett both get their first touchdowns of the season. So
look at that.
That's my one play.
How about and then that?
I do have a defensive one for you, a little out there for all the people that are Seahawks fans. Big Al Woods gets a sack. Player prop, if you could find that one, it's probably plus 10,000 somewhere if you could ever find it. Because
this fool said you can find that.
He's a big boy. He's a big boy.
Yeah, a nose tackle or some player prop.
Yes, sir. He gets a sack. He gets a lot of tackles because he's
let me get that.
But he's gonna get a sack. You know why though?
Nada for plus 50,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you know why he's gonna get a sack? Because Mariota is a scrambler, and he could somehow
run right into him.
Yep, and he could somehow get a sack. So print that, motherfuckers. Put that in the count. That was a legit hometown play of the week.
Let's keep it going, man. I'm gonna do it like this. Struck out last week 0 for 2, but we were on the right track. Allen Robinson more integrated into
we didn't go over those ones, did we? We'll go over it after
into the game. I'll go over mine from last
go over
week.
yours.
Mine was Stafford 0 interceptions, ended up with 2 but 3 touchdowns. Allen Robinson 100-yard game predicted by the big homie. No, did not happen. He broke half of that, but again, more interested and integrated into the game. So, and look what the results say. So this go around, ding, 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 hits on the triangle at the chuck wagon. Dinner is served. Okay, and we are having bird. This is the Arizona Cardinals, man, and we love to feast. This is easy. This is nothing really to worry about. We go to Glendale all the time. It's nothing new to us. When we go there, we change the direction of the Cardinal season every time we roll up in there. Last time we was up in there, week 14 last week, that was also the end of the Cardinal season because Aaron Donald went crazy, had 3 sacks, and Kyler Murray was just out and done and didn't act the same after that. Well, guess what? The anonymous prognostication homie is now saying that Aaron Donald, AD 99, is going to replicate his week 14 performance from last year. Okay. with 3 sacks on Kyler Murray in the same fashion as you're talking about Big Al Woods. Okay. Same thing is going to happen. All of that joystick moving around and hitting the damn triangle button ain't going to do a damn thing when Aaron Donald grab a hold of your little bony ass. That's about it. That's all that I have to say about that. We know what the score is. I make the game a little bit closer than what the world is saying. The world is saying like it's a field goal game, something like this. I make it like rounds to the 1.5. So I make it closer. I would love to get my number. I would play my number all day. But the world's number, the 3 number, I would probably chill. But look, this is going to be a good game. This is going to be one of those games that hype me up for the season because, again, divisional matchup. And once again, it ain't chicken. Hey, but we love them birds.
Get a feast on the Arizona Cardinals. I think they come down. I think Arizona comes down from that hype win last week. They never should have won that game.
False. Yeah.
If Vegas had any cojones to stop them, the dude ran around for what was it, like 2.5 minutes on the 2-point conversion,
80 yards or something. They said, yeah,
so,
80 yards or something.
I mean, he had plenty of time to convert that. So you know what? At 3.5, I don't like the 3.5, but I would I would put my faith in your boy Stafford and Cooper Kupp and Cam Akers and the bowling ball Darrell Henderson and your boy Allen Robinson. And I haven't seen anything on Van Jefferson. I think once Van gets back, it's a different ball game as well. Didn't two CBs go on the IR or some shit?
Yeah, Damian Johnson and the other kid. But
Was it Rap? No, I can't remember.
It might. But anyway, the people that's on the bench probably get in and hustle more than to do some stuff. So
you called it 2 weeks ago.
The secondary, like I said, it just is what it is with the secondary. It's all about the front for the Rams, and we'll just hope for the best.
Yeah, I take the Rams in this game all day. I think Kyler Murray lets it get away. So, real quick before since homie touched on his hometown plays of the week last week with Stafford and Robinson, he already told you. My homie hometown play of the week was Rashad Penny and Kenny Walker going over 120 yards rushing for both of them, or combined. These motherfuckers had 15 and 10. So 37 total between the two of them. And I said the defense would get 3.5 sacks. They got 1. So when my boy Big Al Woods gets his sack, he's gonna match all by himself what they got last week. And our shout out to R-Dub, the original R-Dub, Rich Warnick out here, who was on last week. He said Gino would have over 200 yards passing and 1 interception. Gino got 197 and 1 interception,
knocking on the door.
And then he put his hometown, since he's down in Denver. He went with the Denver being would get the double-digit wins, and then they ended up almost pissing that game away, which was a brutal game to even see anything of. To only won by 7. So those were the hometown plays of the week from last week. We gave you the ones today. So mine for the Seahawks hometown play of the week is DK and Lockett to get their first touchdown of the year. Both of them against the Falcons. And Al Woods, Big Al Woods. I'm your biggest fan. Let's get a sack, baby. He's going to get you a sack in those trenches with the big boys.
Big fan.
And then the homie, what'd you have? You had AD 99 with 3 sacks. And then what was the other one? Or was there another one?
3 sacks.
3 sacks.
He will replicate his performance from last year. And the caveat to that is that it will alter, again, the trajectory of the season for the Cardinals, as it always does every time we pull up.
Yeah, man, I like I said, we'll have to talk about this one Sunday morning, but I'm telling you, man, there's a couple good picks. I just jotted down some notes now that we talk about that one.
I'll start my college info right now, man.
Oh yeah. You got to get on that. Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah, I got my my parlay for you. Roll it. But yeah, a couple good games there this week for week 3. I think the morning games are solid. Like you said, we're gonna watch some Buffalo, Miami, and Detroit, Minnesota in the red zone all day long. Shout out NFL Red Zone. I'll be watching all that all day on Sunday morning. And then you got Atlanta, Seattle, and Rams in Arizona in the back half. I don't know. We'll see. Lots to look at. Lots to go with. College football this weekend. Shout out to my Knowles, baby. 3-0, baby. Go Knowles. And the local Washington State teams. Got to give them a shout out. UW, 3-0. University of Washington, UW, 3-0. Wazoo, Washington State University, 3-0.
Look at that.
They on fire, baby. That could be, you know what? I just thought of something while you're looking into your college place tonight, homie. Better look at, I think Florida State is 17-point favorite. Stay away from that one, but just take the money line, whatever they got. I don't know, probably minus 4,000 or whatever. But the Washington State parlay, baby. The state of Washington parlay.
Yeah.
UW. I think they're I can't remember. Were they they're a favorite?
Was the best bet last week. I didn't even rock it. I didn't play it.
Man, I'm telling you, that was what a game that was. And then WSU's got Oregon at home, and Oregon is trash, bro.
God.
I think they're a 7-point favorite. I would take that all day long. Or Oregon doesn't have a offense, and they can't score.
Oregon's favorite?
No. Washington State is, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Washington State's 3-0. But yeah, Oregon's going to Washington State to play the Palouse. So,
hey, there's some games about to start at 6, bro.
What's that?
Hey, is there some games about to start at 6 today?
There's already Syracuse, Virginia on right now, and then I think all three of them started at 5. Yeah. Oh no, Boise State, UTEP starts at 6. But yeah, you got Nevada and Air Force right now. And Syracuse, Virginia right now.
That's not working too. Okay, that's not working. No, I thought. Okay. All right. I see. Okay, we got a little bit of Boise State action in UTEP. All right, yeah. Let's get paid. Let me go.
You ready to get fired up on that college football, eh?
Yeah, I gotta go check my notes, get my facts and figures together, and see if I can get. Let's see, what was that? 6 p.m. our time.
Yep.
And then monitoring. Then I'm monitoring a second half for Syracuse. Syracuse is good. Yeah. Keep an eye on them.
And from what I've seen, every time I've a little insight for you, a couple times I looked up, Virginia wide receivers can't catch a fucking a cold right now. Literally hits them in the fucking hands and dropped like 3 passes that I've seen. So I'm nice. I'm down with the Syracuse second half. So all right, brother. Back. Well, like I said, everybody out there, thanks for listening. Go to thisisfunner.com for more podcasts and online content. Grab some merch while you're there from the Funner family. Subscribe, rate, and review on whatever favorite podcast platform you listen to. Go to the YouTube channel, subscribe on there, and smash that subscribe button while you're there. Check out all the videos that Anon's Big Homie has been putting in the work for. He doesn't do that shit for free. Oh, wait. Yeah, he does. He does that shit for free. But peep it out because he does a damn good job. We appreciate y'all. Follow me on Twitter at Stix015. Follow this guy, Anon's Big Homie, at homie_anonymous. Use the hashtag Stix in Sports if you want to get in on the conversation or fucking come on the show. Hit us up. Let us know. We out here. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. What you got, homie?
Nothing. You're lucky I don't have a fight song for the show because right now the anonymous collegiate homie is about to go fight, win. This is funner. That was stupid as shit though.
That was Sports Fix with Stix. Thank you for listening, and don't forget to subscribe, rate, and review the show. If you want to join the show, use the hashtag StixInSports.
Winners don't make excuses.